Welcome everybody to game 2 of the series. This game is going to again be Antilles versus Luvnest. Luvnest destroyed Antilles horribly in game 1, so let's see if Antilles can do better with Oster in game 2. I would be astounded if Antilles won this game, based on his track record with Oster. I don't think he's won a single game as Oster in Star-Crossed Kings. Except for against, Ludicross. I don't know if that counts though. I guess it does. I guess it does count. So he has won one game as Oster during Star-Crossed Kings, but usually he struggles as anything other than U.S. forces, which is obviously his main faction. And Luvnest Soviets is extremely strong. So I'm curious to see what Antilles is going to do this game. Luvnest with guard, motor, shock rifle, and mechanized support. Antilles with lightning war, assault support, and elite troops. And they're spreading out to take territory here at the beginning of the game. Pios, Grenadiers, moving to grab those fuel points. Conscripts, Combat Engineers, Conscripts, spreading out, taking territory here in the beginning. Antilles is going to pull the same maneuver as Luvnest at the beginning of game 1. Send the Pios straight to this wall and throw some barbed wire down. Seems to be a pretty popular opening for Pios. And they did have time to capture this point first before running over there to get there before the squad of conscripts, so kind of an interesting timing. If you assume your opponent will send his second squad right, you should be able to get that barbed wire down just in time. Conscripts will have to head left now. Pios will be able to take control of this munitions point unharassed. So nicely done there by Antilles. Grenadiers making their way towards the center VP. And a second squad of Grenadiers heading up the left. And notice that there's a pretty distinct difference between Luvnest Grenadier movements and Antilles. Antilles runs straight into the fog of war, spread out, which results in him being caught without cover in a medium-range engagement against conscripts, which is extremely bad, whereas Luvnest was just waiting patiently in yellow cover with his Grenadiers in a nice tight group with MG support, and that's why he wasn't forced to retreat until at least bleeding his opponent's advance, instead of being forced completely off the map without really doing any damage to his opponent at all, which is what it looks like is going to happen here. Two squads of conscripts will easily force this retreat. There's a flanking squad coming from the left since the other squad also had to retreat. Luvnest may disengage away from that MG42 though. So there's the retreat from that conscript squad, and these will backpedal a little bit to get the victory point and maybe head right to harass territory over here. Pios making their way over here to take control of the victory point. And conscripts are moving to counter now. Sandbags going up on the point itself, and the combat engineer squad is going to continue making its way left. And Luvnest just spent all of his munitions on a flamethrower. And he's gone tier 1 for an M3. We don't usually see a tier 1 opening from Luvnest. Kind of going Dusty/Jeslin style a little bit this game. That 3 conscript into M3 opening. Interesting. Changing up his build a little bit. And since it's Minsk Pocket, I guess he feels that he just wants a little extra mobility. Having that scout car could definitely help a lot, especially with harassment of flanks. You know, Luvnest is all about map harassment. So, M3 on its way down the center to pick up the flamethrower squad. Conscripts defending the center VP, and then over here, conscripts have thrown up a little green cover as well as they continue taking territory on the right side. Minesweeper there from Antilles. But I don't think that Luvnest has planted any defenses yet. His combat engineers forced to retreat from the left side, and I don't think that they have planted anything over here. Looks like Luvnest's first target is going to be that Grenadier squad, which just retreated instantly. But apparently not. Luvnest is actually going to circle back over here towards these two squads, which will also retreat instantly.
Attempting to steal our sector.
And that's probably a wipe. There they go. One Grenadier squad wiped by Luvnest, who is also taking full control of the map, grabbing the south fuel. Also the strategic point over there. It's probably about to have a triple cap going against his opponent. There's healing in the base. And these two squads are making their way back to the front line as well. Battle phase 1 in progress for Antilles. He's probably going to start purchasing tier 2 very
Our
soon.
headquarters has been improved. We can now build light mechanized infantry.
Pioneers awaiting orders.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
MG element ready.
Soldiers ready. Objective secure. We will defend it to the death.
Guards troops ready for action.
It's ready to use.
We're under Soviet attack! Scheiße, der Shoot them, comrade! We are ready!
That squad's gonna have to retreat soon. There they go. This squad getting bled hard on its advance. There's an MG set up back here to try and push that scout car away. That Panzerfaust, by the way, just cost Antilles a fortune. It's only got 16 munitions coming in, and it didn't really accomplish anything. So, other than, of course, push the M3 back, which gives him a little tiny bit of breathing room, but not really. He still hasn't even gotten control of this fuel point, and this squad of conscripts continues to work the right side. Luvnest is going to almost certainly go tier 3 this game and get a T-70 out, and once that happens, there may be nothing Antilles can possibly do to survive from this point forward. Conscripts healing up here in the base. Sandbag fighting position going up right there. And there's guards on the field from Luvnest, who has gone mechanized support. He didn't field any non-meta commanders this game. I'm sure he might have chosen one if he had. But his loadout was pretty hardcore. Guards on the field to shut down the 221 right there. .221 going in hard on that M3 is probably going to destroy it. I don't think there's any AT grenades researched. Nope. So Luvnest has pretty much allowed that scout car to die. No mines, unfortunately, from Luvnest to protect this particular retreat path. These conscripts do not leave their position in green cover and will force that retreat. Combat engineers are just chasing the 222 around to try and damage it as much as they can with small arms fire. I don't think AT grenades are being, yes they are, being researched now. He may need them. He should leave this position in green cover, by the way, because as a shot blocker it makes that autocannon much more likely to hit his conscripts. Did you see how effective the autocannon was there because it was behind their cover? That's important. Against all forms of ballistic projectiles in this game, tank shells, autocannons, whatever, is to not be standing up against a shot blocker. Because the autocannon is normally just awful versus infantry, but up against a shot blocker, it suddenly becomes really good. So, something to keep in mind. Pio is repairing that 222 right there. DP and PTRS firing at the Grenadiers. Just holding this line, having no real difficulty doing so. 222 will be fully repaired soon. Flamethrower gets forced to retreat on the right side. Grenadiers might be able to get a little territory under control. Has a brief moment where he actually has a little bit of breathing room while he waits for T-34 to hit the field. Wait, an infantry squad just died? What happened? I missed it, but a squad just got wiped, apparently. Did another Grenadier squad go down? Yes, another Grenadier squad just got wiped. I don't know where or how, but that's not good. Mortar on the field. Gonna try and bombard this green cover position. Mortar will force that squad to retreat. That might even be a wipe if the 222 chases, which it probably shouldn't do because there could be mines anywhere. There's one right there. But Antilles probably feels as though he has no choice but to gamble on this, because if he doesn't start picking up some wipes, it may not be a recoverable game, and he will pull the wipe off And he will not hit any mines. So nicely played by Antilles over there. Demo charge on the right side. That's what killed his Grenadier squad. I miss it. There was a demo charge over here, and Gren's got wiped by that. This squad of Grenadiers will have to retreat from the engagement here on the right. Conscripts move to retake that territory. Mortar is moving up to grab the fuel. And this scout car is going to circle right to maybe put pressure on these conscripts, but it'll have to kite them carefully. Luvnest does have AT grenades now, and there's a T-34 on the field, which means that scout car probably doesn't have very long to live before it gets hunted down and destroyed. AT gun is in progress for Antilles now. And no commander selection from him yet either, by the way. He does have elite troops in his loadout. Ooh, that was unlucky. Minesweeper Pio just got wiped by flame crits. So, not looking too good for Antilles, and I don't think there's any realistic possibility of him winning this game. I don't think there's any realistic possibility of making it to Tiger Ace. Wow, thank you very much, Jesus Zors, for your very generous $10 donation. I'm glad that you have the day off work. I hope you're enjoying your day off, and I'm very happy that you've chosen to spend it watching my tournament. So thank you very much for your donation. That's very generous of you. And Relic has tried time and time again to nerf me. Hence the Romeo is dead Steam achievement. Relic killed me. Plus with they nerfed me with the gunshot sound bug too. So, I think I'm pretty balanced now. Panzerfaust on the T-34, that's got to pull back to repair some engine damage.
The enemy has taken our supply sector.
Grenadiers have to retreat from that engagement. 222 is going left. There's a mine right there. And right there. I didn't even see that one. Okay. 222 goes down. Grenadiers reinforcing. Antilles down to only 5 units remaining. This AT gun is committing some sort of suicide on a mine. Ooh, that wasn't as bad as it could have been. T-70 flanks the mortar, and it's dead.
We have our bases under attack.
And there it is. GG, Luvnest takes the series 2-0 in minutes. That's 5 challengers defeated for Luvnest. Antilles does not even come remotely close. Well played, Luvnest.